What is going on, guys? It is Trader Kaz. Welcome to another episode of Kicking It with Kaz. As always, these are brought to you by Bybit. If you're interested in trading there and supporting the stream or recorded videos, you can use the link in the description to check them out. With that being said, let's jump into the next video. On Tuesday, we talked about why I was long Bitcoin. That was, let's see, today's the 10th, the 8th, somewhere around, I don't remember. It was somewhere in here. And basically we were looking for, sorry about that. This trackpad's hard to use sometimes. We were looking for us to get above here and then get some continuation. So as I said before, I longed in here and then added here. And I've taken 50% off right here. So I'm still long Bitcoin. I think this is a nice sweep. If I had to bet, I would say the low is in here, but I don't want to make that claim quite yet. If we do something like this and break above the daily SR in the monthly open, I would be happy to move my stop loss up to here. And I think that would be a good new invalidation. Still targeting around 40K. If we zoom out a little bit, I'm pretty much targeting all these highs. So this one, and then this one is kind of the plan for this long position. So I think for the whole summer, we honestly might just range between these levels, like between 30 and 32K on the downside to 40 and 42K on the upside. And we just want to keep longing the range lows and shorting the range highs. I don't know if it's going to be those exact zones, but that's kind of my macro mindset heading into the summer. We did get an awesome daily candle here, and now I think we're just cooling off a little bit before another leg higher. I do think we could push up to 40 pretty soon here, but in general, I just think consolidation in this region, maybe like a bounce up to 45 even, but just anywhere between this 30 to 45. I just think consolidation there would be good, some reaccumulation or whatever you want to call it, and then get some continued upside from there. That's kind of what I am hoping for slash looking for right now. We had a nice retest of the weekly open, and that held well, so I do think that this was our trading below the weekly open. And I think this is now the wick on the weekly chart. I think the low of the week is in. As I said before, we got that inside week failure where we had, or fake out, whatever you want to call it, we had this weekly candle, this one inside of it, a fake out below, take out the stops from both weekly lows, and then push up from there. So I guess with this setup, I'd be targeting around 41 because that's that weekly high right there. So pretty much just looking to compound longs as much as I can and keep riding them up. I am long Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, but I do think Bitcoin is the best play for the near to medium term future. So like I said, my main plan to compound will be a break above these levels, stop loss at 35.8, 35.7, somewhere in there, and then just look to play the trend for the rest of the week, and maybe we get some action this weekend. Because we had this whole move below the weekly open, now we're above that weekly SR level, and now I just expect us to get some expansion. And let me see which one of those. Let's see, the high here is 40,890. So that's the middle one, I believe, right here. Yeah, 40,890. So this is the main target for my longs. And then we will have successfully longed 31 and 32K. Take profit between 40 and 42K. Look for shorts and just keep trading the range for as long as we keep ranging. So that's pretty much all I got for Bitcoin. It can come down again. I do like this hourly level here. So maybe if this rolls over, we get one more sweep of this low into this level and then push up. But we'll see what happens. This is only the first 30 minutes of the hourly candle, so I'm really not too concerned. it might just come back into here and then push up. We'll see what happens. I'm honestly, I try not to get too caught up in the low time frame noise and just focus on my higher time frame levels and see how they play out. If this does come down again and then go up, and then this scenario here plays out, it's still the same, except the stop loss would be at whatever the lower low is that it made, if that makes sense. All right, let's talk about Ethereum. So last time I drew something like this. I mean, it was probably a little further back here, probably like that. But basically what we wanted to see is a move up here to break out of this structure, and then a leg down, and then break out above again. Because if we just break above here and you want to enter along, your stop loss kind of has to be down here. But if we come down here, put in a higher low, and then break back into Monday's range, now your stop loss can be here. So this is going pretty well according to plan. Now I just want to see it get back above Monday's low and the mid-range here. So that would just look something like this. And then I would look to play it to Monday's high. So really simple, focusing on high time frame levels. Probably going to be a nice 2R, something like that. Yep, 2R on the dot. Stop loss at the low. Nice loose stop loss where if it did get above and then break down and it holds this as resistance, you could get out for a loss instead of being at a, like, get out for half an R loss instead of the full loss, and mitigate some of that. So I like to have a little looser of stop losses where it's like, I'm definitely wrong if it goes below here, but if it breaks above and then breaks back down below, I would cut my loss for a minimal loss. Cut it for a minimal, that sounds weird, but yeah. So that's pretty much what I would be looking for with Ethereum, and you could look to take some profit around the monthly open because I suspect we'd find a little bit of resistance there. Or if we do something like this and then break back above, you could look to compound there with like an even tighter position and the same target. Sorry, my drawings are kind of whack when I use the trackpad instead of my mouse at home. So, but yeah, that's the plan for Ethereum. So we have a long compound plan on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I am still long both of them. My stops are still pretty wide. I wouldn't be surprised if this just ranges for a little bit, because if you look at the daily, we had a big down day, another big down day with good buyback, and then a really strong pump. So I wouldn't be surprised if today and tomorrow we have some smaller candles and then finish the week with a leg up. But that's pretty much it. I did talk about Sol last video. I'm still keeping an eye on it, but it never really played out. I still think Monday's high is a really good target. I do think alts are not going to perform quite as well as Bitcoin still. So even if Bitcoin consolidates, this could pull back. But now we kind of have these equal highs up here at Monday's high. So once again, if it pulls back into this consolidation after sweeping that low, then we'll look for a long from like 37 up to 44. So that is still the plan. Not going to be a super sexy trade. 1.5R, you probably could get away with a stop like here for 2R. I would want to see it move down there and then push away pretty quick. But you could always start out with a wider stop loss. And if it does something like this where it comes down and then breaks back above and then forms some more bullish market structure pushing up like that, you could just move your stop loss to the low and then add another position up here, so you still have that full 1R risk on the trade. So yeah, not a ton to update on Sol. I just wanted to say we're still looking for the same exact thing. So I'll keep posting some updates on Twitter for you guys if anything changes. But for now, like I said, just looking for us to push higher and compound to longs. Hopefully you guys have been able to catch some of those longs. We've pretty much laid it out step by step. So I hope you guys have been able to make some money on it with me. So next video on Tuesday, and it will be a live stream once again. So I'll be sure to tweet out the link and everything and let you guys know that we're live streaming ahead of time. So you can tune in live if you have time. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks again for tuning in. Always appreciate your guys' support.